You must always start with the circus performer's crack with the whip behind when you're first learning. So, starting with it behind you, that means that we can now drag the whip up in the air, dragging it across the ground, lifting our arm up, as you will see. Then we don't need a lot of muscle to bring it back down again. I'll bring it up to the vertical position, like so, and once that vertical position is reached, the whip will trail out behind you. The whip doesn't touch the ground. When you draw it forward, you will be throwing a loop in the whip. Throwing a loop in the whip. I'm not pulling my arm, I'm not wrenching at it, I'm not throwing the whip into the ground. I'm allowing the whip to roll, to roll. Notice with my arm that I bend at the elbow coming down. Straight. I bent at a point, my arm was completely vertical, and then at that point I started to pull my elbow down and then straighten my arm coming down to the rest position, which is down by your side. I started in there, I'll end up out there. That means that the whip is clear to move away from the body. And at this point, if you're moving ever slightly away from the body, you can therefore drag the whip through and it doesn't touch the body. It is quite important that we don't break at the wrist too hard. I'm just throwing the loop down the whip. So when you're first learning, keep quite a rigid wrist and use your thumb. The thumb has a better point.